Hello everybody and welcome to another brief tutorial, my very unofficial build of the first edition of the Trek CCG. A lot has changed, there's a lot of new stuff, and I'm really excited to show it to you. When you're downloading it, make sure you leave everything in a folder in this exact format, exactly the way they're named and formatted now, or things won't load. This one, FFTB decks, is just some custom decks that I've made, which you can add to, and eventually we'll be able to upload, and then those just kind of, let you customize, save your options. I'll show you kind of how to load that stuff too. So the start page is the same. I do provide feedback on this Google form if you can. It really helps us out. There's a couple new things though. There's import. So what I can do is first click on import. So you can go in here, you can do this, you can load a deck, and then you hit go. And then it will load to the screen where you can start customizing your decks, even other settings. There's also a feature called sealed. To some degree, the sets are lined up here for first edition. Some of them I had to combine just because I haven't sort of finished all the coding for every single card. I'm about 80% of the way through every single original card, and some of them are a bit tweaked. So I've added new sets with some of the newer shows. I've added just some other sets to fill in either stuff. So you just pick your 3-packs, and you can see kind of gives you a little bit of information, shows you if there's like any major sort of changes, and then you hit go, and you have we have an error image right there, which I'll fix hopefully. We have the same ability to customize. Okay, start new. So obviously there's these affiliations. This here switches it to completely decipher error cards that were printed cards. Some of them, again, are a bit tweaked, but I've tried to keep that to a minimum here. So there is a Q's tent option, which I will show you, and you can change your difficulty level. So I'm going to go full card pool, which allows me to go into my alternate sort of smaller affiliations over here, which I really want to show you because there's a lot of them and there's a lot of choices, and the way you can combine them is really interesting. Some of them are new, like you can see there was Zindi, there's Species 8472, there's Xborg, and in fact I'm going to pull up Xborg as my ally here for Species 8472 and get real crazy with it. Alright, so it's either loading or it's frozen. Okay, it's loading, good. So I can customize, I can just kind of like really tailor it. This is where I would hit save and it would create one of those files that we loaded earlier, but for now I'm just going to proceed. Combined all of the downloaded cards right at the beginning because there's just so many things. There's like Pork Size and Linear Rods, there's Assigned Mission Specialist, there's Assigned Support Personnel, there's Defend Homeworld, there's all the holo programs. So I just sort of combined it into one simple system where you can probably download who you want, when you want, and just sort of, kind of shortcut a little bit of that chaos, which is partially for new players joining and also partially just for my own ability to stay sane while programming this. Okay, now I'm on my Q's tent option, so it wants me to pick up to 13 cards to put in there. This is just sort of a way to put aside a set of cards at the beginning of the game that you might really want, and it's a special card, so it gets its own sort of special screen. Now we're in our interface, so if you look down here in the core, there are a lot of things that are preceded per affiliation. For things like Xborg and Borg objectives, it's really important that once you want to use them, you target the mission that you're using them on, and then you'll see the button changes here, so you can use the ability. Right now I don't have the correct drones to do any of the actions, and I haven't scouted all the dilemmas, so I'm not allowed to probe yet. So you can see it kind of checks, it makes sure that you're on the right track. I still have my card play. That was just sort of the beginning of my turn. You'll notice there are certain built-in play for free. I think she was able to play for free because I had seeded this objective. I can use my card play there, and now I'm ready to do the rest of the actions of my turn. Something to notice is that you can relieve people or ships to a facility. So the reason why is because in this format, you essentially just, all your ships sort of work as one fleet. The thing that seems limited at first in this format, I think, is that it's a bit different when you go to attempt a space mission. Everybody's just sort of appears to be on one ship, but the way it will work is if your ship is damaged or destroyed and you have a backup ship, people will automatically beam aboard that backup ship. So I just tried to set it up in the way that was both the simplest to play, the best interface, and also the most intuitive, what you would normally do as a player if, say, you were encountering a dilemma that allowed you to play an escape pod or something. So hopefully you can use all these features to really emulate what you would be doing anyway, with some exceptions. And one thing to do is to hide your people away at facilities, so if you go off and attempt a dangerous space mission, you have a backup. But that you can kind of play around with and learn. Oh, here we can see my opponent is Locutus of Borg, and playing a Borg deck, and once the opponent starts having turns, this here will pop up, but you can always view what the opponent has been up to by clicking on this thing. A couple other new features. So I can look at my queue's tent at any time. So if I'm stuck somewhere, I happen to have a queue's tent in my hand or a way to download a ship, and I really need that. This is kind of just like a nice little storehouse of cards. And queue's tent, playing it from your deck, allows you to download cards from your queue's tent directly to your hand. This feature here, these 2 or 3 dots, allows you to look and see exactly the skills, attributes, and ship equipment that you have. So this is a good way when you're clicking around to see which missions you can attempt. So I'm going to transport all my personnel down, all the people that are here and not relieved to the facility. But I'll just begin. Okay, Species 8472 Dilemma, I get to die. And then you can see certain dilemmas get placed on the mission. So I have this choice. Let me see if there's anything I can do. I don't think I have any abilities that I can use, so I might just have to, oh, I have this one. So I might just have to face the music. Just discard a card and download. We have a lot of holograms we could potentially download. I don't think there's any chance of pulling up a romantic partner here that would help me defeat that specific thing. So I will just download this cool hologram, which was designed by my good friend Kendra. And we will... Oh, interesting. I think I messed up and made her own romantic partner. Cool. All right, and then we have another 8472 dilemma. So you'll notice some of the dilemmas are really customized to match the missions, and some of them are purely random. Anyway, you can see I don't have my proper skills yet. Even if I click here, we can do a comparison. So diplomacy I do have, anthropology I do not have, and exobiology I do not have. So I'm pretty far, but let's see. If I click on this, I think I can use my probe now. Yep. So I can probe because I've targeted with an objective. So if you're playing Borg, this is how you're gonna rely on these buttons to score almost all your points. So probe and rift closed, mission complete. It would be nice to be able to replay it. Mission complete. Scored points. Actually, I scored a bonus 10 points because there was several 8472 dilemmas here, and also bonus 10 points for doing it like that. Boom, humongous. So you can see Species 8472 is pretty good. Okay, thank you all for watching. Have fun. I'll talk to you later. Please enjoy, please download, please share, please have a great time. Really appreciate people playing this. Thank you so much.